for any distressing content in this video, lesson plans in schools across Britain have been leaked, which has found graphic material being shown to kids as young as 9 years old. I want to warn you, some of this is very distressing, but I have to read it out. Schools across Britain are teaching children that from birth until the age of 1, babies can experience pleasurable sensations by touching their pre-compulsory RSC lessons are giving homework to kids about They're teaching that girls as young as 12 can find pleasure from anal, vaginal and oral. They're teaching kids that people can change their sex from being a man to being a woman. They're also teaching that some non-binary humans are neither men nor women, and that men with male Y chromosomes can actually become women. What's worse is they show images, and if I have to censor these images to show you what they are showing to children, we have a problem. Parents, you need to get angry. You need to stand up for what's right and say something. You can't allow for this to be happening in schools. Get organised, meet with other parents, find out what your child is being taught at school, and do something about it.
How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Pretty OBE, hitting you a quick one. Real Talk True Season. I think this is a discussion, if not a conversation, that needs to be had, not just by parents, but also by the teachers and the young people themselves. I'm not sitting here saying that we haven't moved with the times, and there's certain things that our kids do need to know, and there's certain things that I believe that our kids should understand when they get to a certain age on what the education is or what the information that they actually are receiving. It's up to us as parents to sometimes sieve on what they're watching at home, what they're doing at home, what they're consuming at home, but also at the same time what they're actually consuming inside school. We always sit there and think, you know what, they're at school, they're learning, and they're getting the best education that they need. Sometimes the information could be a little bit skewed, and especially at young age, when it's such a tender age, in the sense of when you're growing up and you're just trying to figure out who you are, whether it's a girl and you're getting yourself some sort of breast right now, or you might be downstairs, getting that time of the month, and things are changing down there. Same thing with the boys, with the wet dreams and all these kind of things. We need to be very, very sensitive of the information that we are putting out there to our young people. Some young people can take that information, really adapt to it, and be like, okay, I can see the balance within it. And some young people will hear that information and not know what to do with that information. Some young people might tend to more experiment more. Some young people might tend to go and do other things, which leads down to another road, which I find a lot of my boys have been getting in trouble for at the age of 13, 12, sending new pictures, doing certain things like, sexual conduct things, in the sense of what they shouldn't be doing at that age, because they've been so exposed to it due to the porn, due to certain things in the sense of social media and the internet now. But why are we not sitting there saying, what is my child being taught? Do we need to go to an element of going back to the basis of knocking on the door and saying, hello, I need to speak to the headmaster. Hello, I need to speak to the teachers. Hello, I need to speak to the curriculum and understand what is going on and what you're going to be teaching my child. How many parents even know what your child is being taught in year 7, in year 8, in year 9, in year 10, if not in year 11? And I think this is not something to be shouting and ranting and raving about. I think this is something that everyone's got a concern. And I'm always believing in the sense of parents, as long as you know the information and you're happy with the information, or you're happy with what's going on, then it's absolutely fine for your child to go into school and learn whatever the curriculum is. If you're unhappy, if you feel like you don't like what your child's being sort of kind of taught, whether it's down to due to religion, whether it's down to your culture, whether it's down to your beliefs, these are the times to stop and carry on. These are the times to say, maybe I need to think about homeschooling. Maybe I need to actually go into the school. Maybe I actually might need to set up a little parents organization meeting where we're better as a team. We're better in the sense of, if our children are not going to be in them classes teaching that, what are they learning? We cannot just take something away from our children and not give them something else. So the school might be able to come up with another curriculum or another class where your children can be in that class learning something. But it's up to us to start utilizing the tools that we actually do have. It's up to us to start sitting there and thinking about, what is my morals, what is my values, what is your religion, what is your base, and what is that based on, and finding a school, or finding, if not, the education that kind of fits your child. And I believe in this day and age, We have got to a stage where we're just allowing the government, or if not allowing the educational system, just to put through what they believe is best. And that might be best for them. That might be best for their children. That might be best for the majority. You've got to think if you fit into the minority gap bracket. And if that is the case of you fitting in that bracket, what are you going to do about it? Do you continue going to secondary schools and allowing that curriculum to be passed by? Do you get to a stage where you're homeschooling? Do you get to a stage where you might have to find another school? Do you get to a stage where you team up with parents and then you actually get the school to actually change the curriculum? But I think this is an actual deep conversation that needs to be had. I do believe that every young person should have all the information and all the tools that they need to be upstanding citizens, upstanding adults, to be able to have the best life and to be able to blossom in life. And I believe anybody should have the rights to be able to do and act the way they want to act. But I do believe there's a time and a place where we should be given that information. And I do believe young people sometimes should just be kids. Remember, they are children. Children learn from play. Allow them to learn. Allow them to play. But what's you guys' thoughts?